Whether you're just starting out or you're a Pokemon master, apricorns are a necessity when it comes to catching Pokemon. For the most part, planting apricorns is fairly easy, although you may have encountered this message telling you that you have too many plants in the chunk. By default, Pixelmon allows you to have 32 plants in a chunk, being any mixture of apricorn trees and berry bushes. An easy way to get around this, if it won't cause lag on your computer, is to go into the config and change the amount of plants allowed in each chunk. However, if lag is an issue, there's a simple way to get around this problem. To start, press F3 and G at the same time. You should see a bunch of yellow lines show up. These are chunk borders. For those that don't know, a chunk is basically a 16 by 16 block area that Minecraft uses to save data. Pressing F3 and G again will turn them back off. For our farm, we're going to limit ourselves to 4 rows of apricorns in a chunk, and since there are 7 types of apricorns, we'll do a 2 chunk wide farm, with 1 extra row for a duplicate color apricorn. Each row will consist of 8 apricorn trees for every chunk that it goes through. To make the farm look nice, we're going to space these trees out with 2 blocks between each row and 1 block between each tree in the row. Now that you know where to place your apricorns, simply right-click on the ground with your desired apricorns in hand. When it's all done and fully grown, it should look a little something like this. There are also 2 ways to speed up the progress of your apricorn trees. The first is bone meal, although since there are no skeletons in Pixelmon, bones may be a little difficult to get in bulk. Luckily for us, there is an item called a Whalmer pail that can also help us out. This can be crafted by putting 3 bones, a water bucket, and 3 iron ingots together like this. When you right-click on an apricorn tree with the Whalmer pail, it will grow by 1 stage, just like it would with bone meal. The only downside, however, is that a Whalmer pail can only be used on each apricorn tree once a day. If it's nighttime though, you can water all your apricorn trees, sleep, and then water your apricorn trees again, since the Whalmer pail resets at dawn. The next thing I want to show you is how to grow berry trees, as these can be a little bit tricky. In Pixelmon, not every berry can be grown as a tree, although most of the type berries, EV-lowing berries, and berries needed to make lures can be planted. Berry trees have a few different rules that make them a bit more difficult to grow. The first is that berries have a default amount of berries that you will get when harvested. For most berries this is 5, but some are a little lower. Berries that are not planted on fertile soil will lose 1 berry from this yield every 30 minutes of real time. You can increase the berry yield of a berry tree by using either bone meal or the Whalmer pail on it. You can do this once per growth stage, making the max yield on most berry trees 9. Berries take much longer to grow than apricorn trees, anywhere from 4 to 60 hours of real time to fully grow, depending on the tree. I'll have a link in the description to the wiki page showing the growth times of all the berry trees. The last thing to note about berry trees is that if they are fully matured but not picked from, they will die after a certain amount of time, ranging anywhere from 3 hours to 72 hours, again depending on the berry. When this happens, there is a 50% chance that the berry will revert back to its first stage, and a 50% chance that it just disappears. On to the actual farm now. Berries also follow the same limitations as apricorn trees when it comes to planting them, so use F3 and G to see your chunk borders. Before you start planting though, you'll want to till the space for your berries as well as give them a water source, just like normal Minecraft crops. As long as the water is within 4 blocks of the soil should stay fertilized. I recommend doing this on a completely flat area since falling down onto the tilled soil from a high block may trample the soil. After that, we want to prevent wild Pokemon from trampling the soil as well. You can do this by enclosing the whole farm in a box with a roof included. This can be really any design you want. Also, make sure that all space inside the farm is tilled or otherwise unspawnable to prevent Pokemon from spawning inside the farm. Once that's all done, all that's left is to plant your berries, following the same pattern we did for our Apricorn farm. When it's all done, it should look something like this. Don't forget to care for your berries. Hello everybody, Napkin99 here. I hope you found this video helpful. If you enjoyed the content and want to see more, feel free to like, subscribe, and check out some of my other videos. Thank you for watching, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.